experience could play a huge role in Super Bowl 57. Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni tied the largest gap between head coaches in terms of seasons as a head coach. That gap, 23 years, 88 days, the second largest gap between head coaches in terms of age in Super Bowl history. We got a rookie and we got a vet. But age ain't nothing but a number, right, Marcus Spears?
Ain't nothing but a number.
We're just getting started.
I know we got to get the football, but let me say this, because I would be remiss. The greatest of all time just broke the scoring record last night. We're going to leave it at that. All right, let's get the football.
The crowd cosigns.
This purple for you, bro.
That wasn't real loud.
The king.
That wasn't real loud.
That's
co-signing
okay.
there.
That's okay.
Hey, you just watch your collar, okay? It's acting a little rogue today.
All right.
Just looking out for you.
I know. Keep trying. Keep trying.
Marcus, is the Eagles Super Bowl inexperience a concern for you?
No, it's not. This is a mature football team. Haven't we not listened to this quarterback all season long? His leadership, his steady hand, never getting too up, never getting too down. Jalen Hurts is built for these type of moments. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to go in and win the game, but they got a damn good shot with him playing quarterback. And then you think about the rest of this run. Fletcher Cox is a Super Bowl champion. He's still on that defensive line. It's a lot of guys with a lot of experience. Inexperience, to me, comes down to when your signal caller has looked flustered at any time of the season. Find me one when Jalen Hurts has looked that way.
I guess I wasn't focused on Jalen, more so Nick Sirianni, the coaching matchup.
So here is football in a nutshell, right? The reason why people think, and rightfully so, that this game is going to be closely contested is because Patrick Mahomes is on the other side. Make no mistake about it. The Philadelphia Eagles from 1 to 53 is a better football team. When you go each position by position, they are a more complete team. They got a top 5 wide receiver in the league. They got a top 5 pass rusher in the league in Hassan Reddick. The opposite side of A.J. Brown is a phenomenal wide receiver, young Devontae Smith. This is not about if it's experience. Like, this team is ready for this moment. We talked all season long. And it was me, too, sitting up here. Hey, man, Dak Prescott is in Dallas.
Yeah.
So that is what should give them the leg up. Jalen Hurts has not flinched. And I want to remind everybody as well, because, Molly, when we talk about inexperience and you talk about the team, really we talking about Jalen Hurts. That's who we talking about. Like, we can talk about all of the other things around him, but we talking about how is he going to perform on the biggest stage. I have no doubt in my mind that the Jalen Hurts we've seen all season long is the Jalen Hurts we going to get in the Super Bowl.
Well, let's get into that. Listen, I believe in Jalen Hurts. I think he's clearly the most improved player in the league. There is no doubt about that. He's a top 2 candidate for league MVP honors. We saw them lose to the Commanders, not the Commodores. Hello, this is me you're looking for, not the Commodores. We saw him lose to the Commanders, okay? We saw him win in Indianapolis by 1 point. We saw them struggle. And so there have been times where we've looked at that offense, particularly in the second half, and we've had some questions about the Philadelphia Eagles, so we can't ignore that. Here, to me, is what this Super Bowl comes down to. And this is why Patrick Mahomes is so key in that offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles have 70 sacks on the season. Cox got 7. You got Sweat and Graham and these brothers that got 11. You got Hassan Reddick that's got 16 and a half sacks. They get at the quarterback. When we've seen a great quarterback in the past, like Tom Brady, for example, lose, it's because the Giants' pass rush got to him.
He ain't him.
No,
he's not him.
Let me finish my point.
Okay, all right.
Patrick Mahomes, the last time we saw him in a Super Bowl, he was running for his life. He was running for his life because Tampa Bay was all over him. And so when you have that, the fact of the matter is that, to me, is the ultimate neutralizer. Now, you can look at Jalen Hurts. He can run with the football, all right? And so I'm not as worried, as big time as Chris Jones is on Kansas City side, I'm not as worried about Jalen Hurts because I know that he's going to look to run. Even though Patrick Mahomes can run, he's looking to throw. And if these brothers get to him, it's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Mad Dog, go so I can.
Well, a couple of things. First off, inexperience is a factor in this game. We all know the Eagles are a better team. But Sirianni has never coached on this level of a game. And this game's a pain in the neck. It takes forever to get to 4:30 local time. It's a long halftime. The introductions take forever. And I have been in a lot of Super Bowls since 1990 where these coaches, ask Marv Levy against Parcells in 90 in Tampa, where these coaches don't have their teams revved up at the proper time. And I know that Hurts has played in big games in Alabama. I understand that. But he hasn't played that great in the last 4 or 5 games.
Are we worried about the introductions?
And I'll give you something else. Go look at the history of first-time Super Bowl head coaches with coaches who have been already in the Super Bowl. It is unbelievably one-sided. The latest example is, of course, Reed against Shanahan. Well, he was also confident, was part of some great stats.
Man, don't give me a big stab. Now you don't got to stab. I'm telling you, you just brought up the fact that you're going against, you're a first-time Super Bowl coach going against a Super Bowl coach with experience that did not affect Tom
I'm going to ask you this way.
It didn't affect Jimmy Johnson. It didn't affect a few coaches.
I'm going to ask you, both of you. If you had to have a game for your life, you want Sirianni or Andy Reid coaching?
Of course I want Andy Reid.
You got a game. You got a game for your life. You want Mahomes the quarterback or Hurts the quarterback?
Mahomes.
Okay, so they have the better coach and the better quarterback, and you think it's a no-brainer that the Eagles are going to win?
I didn't say it's a no-brainer. Nobody said it's a no-brainer.
Inexperience.
How you gonna misquote people like that? That's very slick on your part. Nobody said that.
I got it. Relax.
Take it.
Okay, because I got to get both of y'all. So I'm gonna get to you first. All right. When Patrick Mahomes was in Tampa, he did not have his entire offensive line.
I agree.
This is a completely different situation than that Tampa game. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles can rush the passer, but we've seen the Eagles struggle at times on defense. We've seen them give up the run game. You bring up the Commanders game. The Commanders game was not about Jalen Hurts. It was about the Philadelphia Eagles not being able to stop the run. All right, so let's get that out there.
It was also about their offense not being able to score. It was also about their offense not being able to score. I watched that Monday night game.
It was about that. Not a you.
Oh, geez. Here we go. Let me hear.
Doug, a few years ago, didn't Doug Peterson beat Bill Belichick with a backup quarterback?
Yes, he did.
While Tom Brady was at quarterback?
I didn't say the thing works all the time. I just said next time it's
You asked us to look at the record. We looking at the record.
We looking at the record. Here, so, inexperience. Okay. This is what going to be the 19th game, 20th game or something that these teams are going to play in. Mad Dog, what the hell is inexperience about? Inexperience is about getting to a point where you're going to see something that you've never seen before. Ain't nothing about to happen in this game that the Philadelphia Eagles haven't seen. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to respond great. They have opposition, obviously. But I'm telling you, as a former player in that league, our preparation is the same. The way we get ready for a game is the same. Yes, it's the Super Bowl to all of us. Look at all these beautiful people out there. It's the Super Bowl. TV, everybody is going to... These guys are in a rhythm. They're in nothing is different other than they showed up to this city. They're going to practice the same. They're going to have a few more interviews. They're going to have a team picture. I'm telling y'all, this young quarterback in Philadelphia will not let this be too big for this football team.
I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts at all.
This is a much different game. You got a 2-week bye week. You got to wait till 4:30. There's a 50-minute introduction. This is about an event.
Introductions
This is not about a game. Sometimes you need a coach to prepare your team properly.
Are they just finding out that they got to do the introduction, Mad Dog?
Nick Sirianni is. Nick Sirianni.
No, he's not.
This is a guy who has never coached in this level, and all of a sudden now he's not. His inexperience is not a factor.
Stephen A.
Wake up, Smith.
Stephen A.
You should be better than this.
Stephen A. Mad Dog.
Wake
Mad
up,
Dog.
Smith.
Go ahead.
Has Nick Sirianni ever been to a Super Bowl?
Well, as an assistant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a head coach?
No, he has not.
You don't think he got a little experience on the way to one?
I think that he is. You asked the question.
Let me ask you this. Has Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl?
Yes, he has.
He ain't here.
I understand.
All other coaches in the NFC. We've been talking about the great Aaron Rodgers. We're going to have him on TV for the next 100 days because it's the offseason. Are they here?
No, they're not.
Okay, none of that stuff bothered him. Did you pick the San Francisco 49ers or the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, I didn't know that that my quarterback would get knocked out. San Francisco! San Francisco!
Okay, so inexperience didn't matter the entire season. Inexperience didn't matter in the NFC Championship.
This is a different game. This is a different game.
Mad Dog, you almost made me curse.
This is a different ball game.
So Just to crystallize it.
This is the Super Bowl.
Just to crystallize it.
We know it. We all aware.
Time out, Swagu. Relax.
I know.
Let's crystallize this for the audience out there to make sure we make everyone aware of what Mad Dog Russo is saying.
Okay.
There's a football game going on between two football combatants on the gridiron. Yeah. Mad Dog is bringing up pregame ceremonies,
introductions,
halftime shows, and how all of these things are going to serve to manipulate the outcome of Super Bowl 57. Not Jalen Hurts against Patrick Mahomes.
That what he said.
Not Sirianni against Andy Reid. Not A.J. Brown against that secondary. Not Chris Jones going up against that Eagles offensive line or the Eagles with Cox and Graham and Reddick and the crew going up against the Chiefs offensive line. Oh, none of that. It's going to be pregame and halftime festivities that's going to determine. Are you ready to? When are you going to tell us next that Beyonce is going to dictate the outcome?
That halftime's too long anyway.
Rihanna?
In and out, let's play some football.
Is that what you're going to do? Oh, my God. Come on, man.
Rihanna going to do one more song. That's going to be.
She's going to do one more show. She's going to go 5 minutes too long.
People don't realize. Ask the coaches and ask Sean McVay,
Mad Dog,
who got buried by Belichick a few years ago. First time coaching
this is like when we talk about basketball and you bring up Bob Cousy. This is that exact situation.
How about Jerry West?
I'm sick of it. Jerry West, one of the greatest of all time.
How about Kareem?
Kareem, one of the greatest of all time. But they have nothing to do with what's going on right now. Nothing.
I think the question was, does inexperience play a factor in this game? My answer to that question is yes.
Okay.
Yes, because of festivities, pregame and halftime.
Also because of the coaching. You said the coaching and you said the quarterback as well, right?
So the coach and the quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl 3 times now in 5 years.
It is not far from the realm of possibility, Molly. It's not far. Mad Dog understands what he's saying, but Mad Dog just told us because of the introduction that they're not going to be able to have and team pictures. Okay, we gonna talk all week about Andy Reid being here before. Yeah. Guess who? Andy Reid lost the Super Bowl and he had more experience than the coach he was coaching against. We get it. We understand that. Okay?
Well, maybe that's why the Rams won the Super Bowl last year. I mean, you had some players that wanted to go out there and see Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre with Snoop and Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Kendrick Lamar.
That was an incredible
It was an incredible show. They wanted to go see them, and the players were on the field watching them, and that may have played a role. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.